It's up and it's stuck. What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and I didn't want to have y'all waiting. Y'all been waiting long enough. I've been getting so many questions in my DM on Instagram, on my YouTube video, and mostly Instagram though. Like, I don't know why, but everybody been putting all their questions in my DM rather than putting it on a picture so that I could have, putting it on the video so I could have it right there. So I got flip-flop back and forth. But this is a highly requested video. This is part 3 to the ATM video. So this is basically going over to all the questions and giving y'all the answers to everything that y'all been, hitting me up about when it comes to the ATM business. So if you want to learn about the ATM business, you already watched part 1, you watched part 2, and now you still got questions. Here's part 3, so keep it right here. Make sure right now you like, subscribe, and comment at the end. Let me know what you think. If you have any more questions, drop them on the video. Don't keep sending them to my DMs. My DMs are flooded, so it's like, you gotta think about it. As a woman, we get DMs from guys, we get DMs from girls saying we pretty, we get DMs from girls wanting to link up, guys wanting to link up. We get DMs about what we wore, what, all other stuff. Like, I got Airbnb people been hitting me up about the Airbnb, so it's so much easier if you just put it on YouTube. My YouTube is a smaller channel, so I don't have like a lot going on. It's easy for me to see it and get back to you faster. So don't think I'm ignoring you. If you wrote me on Instagram, I'm not ignoring you. So I'm about to actually go through some of the requests so I can answer some of these questions, but let's get right into it. We're not gonna wait. I haven't been even putting my intro video. I just feel like I just want to get straight into the business, period. All right. So I'm gonna start with the last question because it's right at the top. So the first question I'm gonna answer. Question. So how would you know how many people did use the ATM? How would you pay the owner, the place where you have the ATM at? Okay, so first off, depending on where you get your ATM from, you're gonna have a system where you can log into it on your phone. So with this system, it shows you how many people hit that ATM that day, how much money you made that day. It's gonna tell you, it's not gonna tell you, it'll tell you basically how many times it was used. So that's basically like knowing how many people have visited the ATM. Also, at the end of each month, you should receive a statement saying, how many times this ATM was used, how much you made from the ATM, minus the deductions for like internet service, depending on if you go through a company where they provide these other services, or if they have like a fee that you have to pay them each month, like a managing fee, whatever the case. Who I use is Cardtronics. So with that being said, Cardtronics already provides the Wi-Fi system. They provide the technician to hook it up. They provide the, what else do they provide? They provide the service, so you have something that you can log into on your phone. It's like an app where it'll tell you when the ATM is running low, when it's, when it's going through different things, whatever the case. If it's having issues, technical issues, it'll send you a message about that. So it's really good to have like a company that you can work with, and you don't, like for me anyway, because I'm always on the go. So the more, like, I don't mind paying for a service where they'll manage everything for me, and it's only like $30 a month. So it's like, I don't mind paying that because of the fact that I don't have time to really handle these things if they need to be handled, or constantly check the machine, or, worry about those certain things. So that's why I recommend them. They're not paying me. So I have a lot of people that I do one-on-ones with. So if y'all don't know, I also do one-on-ones for people that are new starting a business, especially the ATM business, because you think you know everything. You can watch 100 videos, but for some reason, people will still have questions. Questions just come about. Like, you be like, oh shit, I wish she didn't answer that question. So, those type of things, you can't really, you don't really know that you're going to want to ask those questions until the time arrives. So sometimes people gather up all the questions and they come to me and they do a one-on-one. So I do one-on-ones. You can hit me up on my Instagram if you are interested in doing that. But I also provide ATM contracts, which I've been telling people. I'll also provide you like little documents so you can have, like I tell people, it's nice to go into a place when you're, because like I said, the best way to get business with the ATM business is to stomp the pavement. So go out there, reach out to these people, these companies, because over the phone, I'm talking about, people will be like, what? Like, they're like, what? You got an ATM? It's like, they don't get it and they hang up. They'll put you on hold for hours. But when you actually walk in, you're like, yeah, I do this. Like, you break it down to them. You show them the model. I send people that take my one-on-one, I send them a nice picture of the model that they might want to present when they go to meet with these people. And yeah, so that's another thing. So then also with the ATM, what was that saying? You want to make sure that you have all your documents, like your contract. You want to have like even a proposal, because sometimes they might not have time to sit down with you, but they're like, let me look over some documents that you have, and then I'll call you and we'll set up a meeting. And I've had that happen to me about 3 times. So yeah, so that helps to have those type of documents. And like I said, I provide them. They're really cheap. I don't sell them for a lot. But you basically just take what I have and you just put your logo on there or put your business name on there and take mine off. That's all you do. Let me see. Also, let me know if y'all are interested in the Airbnb business. I can speak to that, you know, tell y'all some of the pros and cons. I'm not an expert at that. I'm just now getting involved in it. But I've went through some stuff with that Airbnb business, and I feel like it will help y'all. So just let me know. They said, do you have an example of a business plan for ATM business? I don't have a business plan, but I do operating agreement, so it kind of breaks down the business too. I could definitely, depending on the business where you're putting it, I feel like the business plan would change based on where the ATM is being placed, because the business plan, you'll be making a little bit different, like the money will be different, arranged based on where you're putting it at. The flow of the traffic may be different. Everything may be different based on where the actual location is. So let me see. Yeah, they're definitely asking about the contracts. Okay, it says, okay, let me go on Instagram because I get a lot of messages on Instagram. A lot of people ask what company I use for the ATM and what model I prefer. Because of the fact that the Gen Mega is made in the US, I prefer the Gen Mega, because if you need parts and stuff, you don't have to send overseas. You know, especially when COVID was going on, getting parts for your ATM would take forever to come from overseas. If you get like the highest one is made overseas. I prefer the Gen Mega. I also prefer using a newer one, because they do have used ones that range from like $13 to $1,600. But the only thing with that is I don't know anything about ATM. So if you're like me and you're jumping into business just to make money, you don't really know how to work a machine and you don't really care to learn how to work it, then I would say go with like a Gen Mega. You could get a technician to fix that pretty easily. On top of that, the parts are like, you know, quick. And then a used machine will break down faster than a new machine. And a new machine usually has like a 2-year warranty, whereas the old machine has only like a 30-day warranty. So you figure nothing might not happen in the first 30 days, but what if the 60th day, the 90th day, you're gonna need somebody to help you. So that's that. Another thing is people have been reaching out to me like, how do you go about your programming? Another thing, I don't do my own programming, but I do know that with each machine that you get, there is like a 1-800 number that you could contact, and they'll walk you through doing all the programming. Also, when you order a machine, they send you what's called a key first. So they'll send you the actual keys to the machine, but they'll also send you a key, which is like a paper with the coding on it. So you take that coding, you call the number, and you know, you go through the process of hooking your machine up. You know, they walk you through it. But with Cardtronics, they actually have a technician that does all of that. I literally pull up when it's time for me to load the machine. They teach you how to load it. I know how to do it now, but they teach you how to load the machine, how to put the codes in. They ask you what you want your password to be, and then you just, you know, come in at the last little bit and do that 5 minutes worth of training and carry on. That's kind of like how I like to do business. Just pop in, get it done, go. I don't really like all that extra stuff. So another question. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's 100 messages. Okay. Hey, I saw some of your videos over ATMs and saw you said we can message you on Insta. I was wondering where you get your machine from and who you register them through. So you don't really have to register them. Once you get the machine, you just start using it. You already register it through Cardtronics, kind of. You fill out an application with Cardtronics. This is another thing. A lot of people are saying that you're under a contract with Cardtronics. You're not necessarily under a contract, because it's an application just basically starting up like the process of buying the machine through them. So they do a credit check. It is not extensive. It's just because if it was extensive, honey, I wouldn't have one. I don't have the best credit, so it's just an application process. They do the application once they get, and it's basically going over things like your surcharge that you want to have on your machine, because you get to choose it. It goes over like how many, like the denominations that you want to use, like $20, $5, $10. I do want to let you know, if you use $5, I had a company request me to do $5 bills, and that can be a pain sometimes going to the bank. The bank doesn't always have $5 bills. As you may know, certain places there's a shortage on $5 bills. So I do have a machine that they asked for the $5 bills, and I did it because it was a smaller type of business where they needed $5 and stuff like that for like hookah and all that type of stuff. But so yeah, that's the thing that you're basically doing. You're programming that machine for you, for your bank account, for your surcharge, for your denominations of what you want it to be, and for you to be able to get to access to it through your app. So that's basically what you're doing with that. I wish I could like go through my messages and see. I wish I could just do like, okay, another thing I want to talk about. Once you get into this business, like the ATM, there's so many ways to make money with it, because with it being a growing side hustle, a lot of more people want to know about it. So these are the type of things that you want to talk about, like maybe to your channel, or maybe to, you know, teach other people. Like, and also once you start getting into the ATM business, there'll be so many businesses reaching out to you. Like me right now, I sell locations. So I sell locations from Delaware, PA, Maryland. Those are the only places I really touched besides North Carolina, but I actually have a machine there. But once you get into this business, so many businesses will start reaching out to you. You know, you're one person. And with me, I didn't want to necessarily have all these machines everywhere, because for number one, you got to worry about if that machine is going to make money. For number two, I use my own personal money. So it's like, if I have all this money in different places and they're not necessarily bringing back the revenue that I want, now I'm kind of like losing money, because now I have money that's sitting complacent, that's not making anything. So, and then number three, I just don't want to be everywhere at once. I don't have assistants who can just always be, you know, going to fill up my machines. I'm working by myself with one other person helping me. So with that being said, you can start selling locations. So I sell locations, you can sell locations. You know, once you get into the business and you post, maybe you post that you have ATMs. A lot of people might reach out to you. It might be barbershop owners, it might be nail techs, it might be, you know, whoever. They might say like, I would love to have an ATM. And then now you're like, okay, I'm gonna add you to a list. And then when someone comes to me looking for a placement, I'll reach out to you and they'll come, you know, place the machine there. That's just another way of making money in the ATM business. So I just wanted to say that, because with my one-on-ones, I try to teach all different ways on not just, you know, running the business, but also other ways to make money with the business, and to keep your mind open when you get into something like this, so that you're not just, you know, oh, I have one machine, that's all I need. No, if you can run one machine, you can run 3 machines, you know what I mean? So it's like, the more you can do, the more money you'll be making, and, you know, you'll just be expanding. I love to give the free juice. But moving right on, another person asked me about revenue, but like I said, that changes with depending on the company that you place your machines at. Another person asked me how much would I say I spent with the machines. So I would say $5,000. Like, I would say a good number to stick with in your mind is $5,000, because you're gonna need money to put into the machine. You're gonna need to buy the machine, and then you're gonna need to pay the location. That's another thing. Okay, so someone asked me about paying the location. So when you go to sign up the people with your contract, right, they're going to say, okay, how much do you want to give me? So I always break down my contracts per surcharge, because you don't want to say, oh, I'm giving you $100 a month. What if your machine only made $100 a month? So I usually do like 30 to 50 cents per surcharge. And then you just, you know, go through your paperwork. You see how many charges was done. You multiply it by the surcharge the percentage you said from the surcharge, and then you just pay them people once a month. When you get your money from the machine, you just go to the company and say, you know, here's an envelope with the money that I made from the machine. You can give them a copy of your transactions if you want to let them know this is correct. But most places don't care. It's extra money. Okay. Oh, someone said, what is a con about having an ATM business? A con is having money sitting, like I said. But one thing you can always do is you can say, okay, this machine isn't working out for me, I'm gonna sell it. And then you sell a machine. It's not a big deal. And if you go through somewhere like Cartronics, you just contact the company and you say, yeah, I'm selling this machine. They'll ask for their information so they can switch it all over. You hand them the keys and you're done with it. And then if you want to just let them take over the location, like say you don't have time anymore to get to the location, you're like, I'm done with this. Go in there. You don't even need to really have the conversation with the company that you have it at, because of the fact that they don't know if this person works for you and they're just coming to reload the machine. You could literally show them the location, let them know how much it's been making, and then just give them the keys and let them and teach them how to, you know, restart it, and then have the password changed on the machine. It's really nothing to it. It's really no way to lose, because no matter what, there is another way to make money. There is another way out. There is another way to move the location. You can have a conversation with another location and have them move that ATM to another location. So that's how I look at it. I just feel like this is the type of business that you have when you have income sitting and you don't have anything to do with it. It's just passive income, having your money make money for you. It's like having a savings account building interest monthly. So that's how you want to look at it. You don't want to say like, oh, I have an ATM business, I don't need to do anything else. No, one ATM is probably not going to have you quit your job. But if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe then you could quit your job. Or you just have your job too, and you're making money in your sleep. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like the more the merrier. You can never have too many hustles. 7 streams of income, but I mean, I feel like by 2021, now that might have even changed. It might need to be 10 streams of income to be extremely successful. So I say go for it. See, it's a lot of messages in my DMs, but it's hard for me. Like right now, I have 69 requests, so it's hard for me to go through. That's why I'm saying any questions, I'd rather you drop it under my video on YouTube rather than writing me on Instagram, because it's just way too much. And I could have went through and wrote these down. How are you doing today? I know you've been busy. And see if I'm talking about came across your account. Okay, I came across your. Oh, she said she's a video editor. See, for YouTube. This is hello. I'm expanding my business. I'm hosting a room. Oh my gosh, my bad to slide in your DMs. That's what I'm talking about. Say it's hard for me to just determine who's who and what's what. But I do, like I said, if you have any other questions, I feel like this is a good one. I feel like I answered a lot in a little bit of time. I don't want it to be drawn out, but I'm going to keep on pushing out videos. You literally go into these buildings and you just tell them, you just talk to them, and people are so inclined to help. Like, they really are. Like, if they need a machine too, they'd be like, you know. And people always writing me, asking me questions, and it's just like, Instagram is just not the place, because it's just, I already have like a little following, and there'd be a lot of people reaching out to me every day, because I do the business one-on-ones, because I do like the Airbnb thing, because I have a new Frenchie. It's all these people just reaching out to me for different stuff. So if you have any questions, I definitely want to help. I don't care if we make a part 4 or part 5, it doesn't matter to me. Just, you know, drop the question on YouTube, like put the question down. Now, if you want to reach out to me as far as like contracts and things like that, things that you want to purchase, just, you can do that on Instagram. But I would rather you reply to like a story, because when the messages come as a message request, it'll come in message request, and I have a lot of those there. I try to go through them and delete, but you know, it's just a lot, and I have a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm opening a boutique. I do want to start recording that journey for me. It's going to be in the Philadelphia area. Right now we're getting the floors done. If you guys would like to see that, you know, drop it under the comments. I'm trying to record all my entrepreneurial avenues of income so that y'all can see them. You know, I can help whoever is feeling like they're stuck or whatever. So, because I'll record the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? It doesn't matter to me. But, like, I'm trying to be very consistent on here. I hope I'm answering all of y'all questions that y'all have. I really, really appreciate y'all watching my video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're getting to this bag. We're never settling. This is the squad that never settles. And thank you.